Back in Atlanta, smoke out of the car number 90. He bails it down off of turn 4. We are told they think they have a broken oil line. He came down pit road. He was in 4th spot. The 6th place car sitting in pit road. An unscheduled stop. That is Mark Thompson there. The Phoenix there. They were battling a moment ago for the 5th position. So 2 of the cars in the top 6 have had trouble.
Man, this has not been a good weekend for Mike Wallace because he failed to qualify for the Napa 500. And now looks like his day is ruined in the Klausner car.
Boy, that's not the way you want your season to end.
Remember what a high note he left here last year, Ned? Ran so well in the Winston Cup race, finished 3rd or something, or 5th, but ran with the leaders all day long.
Yes, I think it was 5th, in the top 5 at least. And of course, there was only 1 round of qualifying for the Winston Cup cars for tomorrow. As we see heavy traffic here for the leaders.
It was Hillenberg that just left, wasn't it? No. It was the 03 car, sorry.
Now we have only 11 cars on the lead lap. Hillenberg being shown in 9th position. Bobby Bowser back in 20th position. Even though he's made a lot of pit stops, Bowser's hung around that 20th position.
Watch how low this car number 80 goes through turn 4. Dave Blaney, he is down hugging that white line.
You got to look. His left wheel's below it a little bit.
And we see the red car waving to him, saying, "Go by on the outside."
Boy, you got to wonder. You get down on the bottom of the racetrack, that wall comes at you in a hurry out of turn 4. My goodness.
Now we see the 16 car, Tim Steele, going by Doug Reed. That is Doug Reed in the car. It's numbered 02, but in fact, Kevin Ray started the car. Doug Reed was able to get in that car. And we see that Joe Bessie continues his great run. He is closed up on the back bumper of Tim Steele.
Now, Joe Bessie's first start in Atlanta was back last year, 1994. He started 9th and finished 3rd. So a great run last year for Joe Bessie. And he's running in 3rd spot again today. There's Blaney, the 4th place car. Started 12th. What happened with Mike Wallace, John Kernan?
Jerry, you're not going to believe it. The radiator cap popped off. So instead of the smoke cap from an oil line going loose, it was actually steam coming out of the radiator. So they had to get the new cap and refill the radiator with water and put it back on. You talked about what a weekend it has been for Mike Wallace. Bad luck. Man, I tell you, that shows you bad luck right there in the worst kind of way.
Boy, that is a tough break.
I did that a couple of times back years ago, and I found that I had to basically safety wire the radiator cap to make sure that it did not turn, because there's a tremendous amount of pressure against that cap, and sometimes that will make it pop off. There's a leader going by. Skinner, the black car, right in front of our 2nd place car, Tim Steele. There he comes. And Joe Bessie continues his great run.
I said earlier, we already seen Joe Bessie win this year once on ESPN up at Watkins Glen in the Busch Grand National North. He's been on the road course.
What Tim Steele gets off that 2nd corner so well. There's Bobby Bowser trying so badly to win a ARCA championship.
Will now go 6 laps down. Bowser being shown back in 20th position.
Mike Skinner's picked up $1,000 there.
Oh! Crash!
One car has smacked the concrete wall a ton, and that is the car number 18, we are told, is at the wall back there. That is Howard Rose out of Ashland, Kentucky, the Performance Engineering Ford. That will bring out the caution flag again for the 6th time at lap 111 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Now, what were you saying about Skinner there, Ned?
Picked up $1,000, the auto value halfway leader. Oh, that's
we were very rude to you. We interrupted you.
That's okay.
Car crashing and smoking and barking and excited there.
You got to do it when those things happen. And there he is. Crashing. Oh. Wow, he does hit that wall hard backwards.
And thank goodness the fuel cell did not rupture, because look at all those sparks as the back of the car is dragging the racetrack. But no fuel leakage and no fire. There we see the pace cars pulled out trying to find the leader.
There's Howard Rose's car sitting there in the middle of the racetrack. Howard won at Toledo back in 1984. He has 3 top 5 finishes at Talladega. So he's run well on the speedways, but not his day here in Atlanta today.
And we saw him moving his left arm there just a moment ago. Oh, there we see, there's the leaders. That just past now, that on the right, the suites and what have you, those grandstands, all that is new since we were here in March.
Of course, the plans are to eventually make the front stretch.
Back stretch. And the back stretch, the front stretch.
Yeah, what okay.
This racetrack will be very similar to the Charlotte Motor Speedway when it's all over and said and done with.
And for those of you who do your own income taxes, turns 1 and 2 will become turns 3 and 4, and turns 3 and 4 will become turns 1 and 2.
Well,
Okay. That's the 1040 EZ form. Basically, they're going to flip-flop this racetrack, folks, but they continue to build beautiful suites and grandstands, and we are told the switch will probably take place in a couple of years, around 1997.
Yeah, they're trying to. Oh, and see, Steele stays on the racetrack, and Skinner comes down pit road. So.
And we'll follow the leaders down pit road with a triple split pit stop. Top of your screen, Mike Skinner, Blaney in the middle, and Bessie on the bottom. Let's go to John Kernan.
Mike Skinner will come in. I'm told it'll be a 4-tire change. The car has been just a little bit loose. The 80 and the 9 car, Joe Bessie, as we see the 80 car pulling into its pit stall right in front of Mike Skinner, and they will come around. Now there goes a wedge adjustment in the left rear, trying to tighten the car up on Mike Skinner. Right side tires going on the 80 car and the Joe Bessie car. And Skinner is now down the way after a 4-tire change. And it looks like it's going to be right side tires only for Joe Bessie as he leads into the stall. Now the left side's going on. A little bit of a problem on the left rear on that 80 car as he's sitting still on the jack, waiting, making sure also they get the lug nuts tightened on the right rear, but finally he's down and away. Blaney is leaving pit road. 32.7 on Blaney.
Yeah, he also had some trouble on the right rear as the left rear tire change was having problems with the right rear fellows over there still tightening the lug nuts.
And there's a driver. He is okay. That accident just a moment ago, spinning up in the corner. So we are under caution for the 6th time today. We'll be back with more for Atlanta Motor Speedway. Stay with us.
The RPM tonight? I haven't seen it. I mean, I want to see it. As a matter of fact, I went to my cable company the other day and complained about getting ESPN2 so I could see it. And they told me in January I'd be able to watch it. So,
that's down in Charlotte, North Carolina. That's good.
Yeah.
Still working to remove the Howard Rose car. The first start this season for Howard in ARCA competition, and he was just to the outside of the car number 97, Shane Doles, and looked like Howard's car just sort of broke loose and headed for the wall, and he tagged it backwards a ton over there, but fortunately he was unable to walk away. And for those of you who just joined us earlier, on the second caution flag of the day, there was a horrendous crash involving about a half a dozen cars in turn 2. Jimmy Horton's car somersaulted over, rolled back on its wheels, and then was tagged by another car that came through. And of course, Horton was taken to the infield care center. We've updated that since. He is okay. And that is just remarkable that he's able to walk away with just some bruises.
And we see him trying to put some water once again in the 90 car. The blue bucket is the water bucket, and the steam is where they're not having a lot of success.
Tough to get that water in there after the radiator cap had come loose.
We told you about the crash earlier today. Here again is a look at what happened to bring out the second caution flag of the day.
Okay, it was a car that spun up in front of white car. We don't see it there, but Loy Allen then came down in the car number 1 on the inside, and he spins down inside, and then behind him, everything starts happening. Nowhere to go. And there's Horton's car flipping over on its roof. Then it slides along on its roof for a little bit, then starts to come upright. There it comes upright, still up in the air. It gets hit underneath. Flips it back up on the other side, back on its wheels, and man, what a lick.
That was Ed Dixon who came through underneath Horton, and Kurt Dickey was the driver whose Pontiac spun to initiate that. But the good news is Horton is okay. We'll be back with more in just a moment.